I'll be doing a book review today for a book that I am super excited to be talking about. It is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Brigid Kemmerer. I was really kindly sent this by Bloomsbury, so thank you so much to them for sending me this book to review. But I have so many thoughts and just things to talk about this book that I have no idea where to start. I'm going to do this video, which will be just like a basic review, and then I'm going to do a whole book talk, like intense video about it, because as you can see, if I can get it to focus, there you go. When I say I've tabbed this book, I have tabbed this book. For those of you that don't know, this book just came out like the beginning of the month or the end of last month. I think it came out the 1st of February. As I said, I was sent this by Bloomsbury, which is absolutely incredible, and I'm so thankful to them for sending me this book because it's one that really caught my eye, and I'm not the kind of person that usually reads retellings. It's just not something I'm just not usually drawn to them, you know, but I saw this book and I was just, for some reason, it just called out to me. And for those of you that don't know, this book is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and it's, to be fair, like, Beauty and the Beast isn't a film or a story that I'm that familiar with. Obviously the classic Disney adaptation from when I was a kid I had on VHS, and I watched it when I was like really little, but it's not one of the stories that I'm extremely familiar with. It's not one that I enjoyed that much, but I feel like this book just puts such an interesting turn on it. It just changes the story enough for it to be completely unique, but you can still see the things that are, you know, familiar from the original tale. The main character in this book is Harper. She is a modern day girl living in DC, and she has cerebral palsy, which is one of my favourite parts of this book, is the fact that our main character has cerebral palsy and has this disability that I think there is not that much representation of, especially in fantasy. When I found out that our main character has cerebral palsy, I just thought that was such an amazing aspect of this story, because you hardly ever see this kind of representation in YA fiction anyway, but especially not in fantasy. It's just so interesting seeing how the fact that she has cerebral palsy was mentioned in the book, but it was not a big deal. Do you know what I mean? And actually, they say at the end of the book, I'm going to try and find it, there's a author's note, and it basically said, much like a real-world individual who has cerebral palsy, she is not defined by the condition. Instead, it is something that is part of her daily life. I strove to create a girl who was strong, resilient and capable, not in spite of any physical challenges she might face, but in addition to them. And I just thought that was such a cool part of this book. I loved the fact that Harper was such an incredibly strong-willed and like physically strong, mentally strong, emotionally strong, like resilient and just intense character. That Harper can do everything that she does in this book, everything that happens in the story, she does not despite of the fact that she has cerebral palsy, but in addition to it. And I just think it was such an amazing message to have in a YA fantasy novel, because as I said before, you don't see this kind of representation enough in books, and that was just one of my favourite things about this book. And she is brought into this world of Emberfall. It's a fantastical world where the prince and his commander have been trapped by a curse. So she is then trapped because of this curse with these people that she has no idea about. And I think one of my favourite things about this as well was the fact that Harper doesn't take it lightly. You know, I think one of the most annoying things about books I find in fantasy books and stuff is when a character is like taken to a fantastical world that they know nothing about, and they have all these people that should be scary, you know, all these guys with like weapons, and they're being captured and stuff, and they're just like, oh okay, yeah, I get to wear a pretty dress, I'm okay with that. That wouldn't happen. Nobody would do that, and Harper does not take, you know, appearing magically in this fantastical place lightly, and that's one of my favourite things. I really enjoyed Harper as a character. I really enjoyed all the characters, and I'm going to talk about them more in my book talk thing for this book, because I don't want to give away too much spoilers. So yeah, this video is going to be completely spoiler free, and then the other one is going to be full of spoilers. So if you've not read this, just stick with this video, and then when you've read it, because you definitely should, you can go over to the other video, and I will try and remember to link it in the description box, and then you can watch that one and hear all my intense, deep thoughts about this story. So obviously the fact that it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, you guys will be able to tell, I'm assuming, that, you know, there is a curse, obviously. There is the whole beast element of it. The Prince of Emberfall, and he has been cursed to become this creature, this monster, this beast every season until he can find a woman to fall in love with him and break the curse and set him free. And you know, this has been going on for like 5 years and he's still trapped and killing people, and it's just a bit intense for him. And obviously Harper is his newest recruit, his newest attempt at breaking this curse. But we also follow the lead commander, the only other person that is trapped in this curse, with Ren, and his name is Grey. He's pretty badass, he's pretty cool. And I mean, I've got to say, there is a pretty deeply entwined love triangle in this book, and I am not a person that likes love triangles. I am very much on the side of love triangles are pointless and annoying and just really unnecessary. I'm not someone that likes love triangles, but I really enjoyed this one. I think it was really well written. This book was really well written. It was really, I'm not going to say realistic because it's in a fantasy setting, but it's not one of those love at first sight situations. I'm not someone that likes love triangles. I'm not someone that really likes romancy stuff in books, full stop. I don't have time for that. I'd rather read about people going to battle and fighting and doing crazy ass adventures than I don't know. But I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I don't know, I really enjoyed it, and I think the book itself is so beautifully written, and it's so well planned and well thought out, and just the writing style is just incredible that I just don't even know how to talk about this book without giving away spoilers, because everything I want to talk about, and there's so much I want to talk about, is going to give everything away. But yeah, so this was a really rambly kind of pointless book review because I've not really spoken much about it, but I've never read anything by Brigid Kemmerer, and I know she has some, like, I think they are contemporary, and I don't read contemporary. I think the last and the only recent contemporary book that I've read is Turtles of the Way Down by John Green, and like I love that, but that's the only one I read. I don't read contemporary. But the second book, Heart So Fierce and Shattered, is coming out January 2020, so we have a year almost to wait for the second book in this series or trilogy or duology or whatever it's going to be. I don't want to wait that long. Like, this book was incredible, and I didn't want it to end. I really didn't want it to end, but it did end, and now I don't know what to do with myself, but it was amazing. If you've not read it already, you should 100% pick this up because it was incredible. I'm now going to go straight away and film my spoilery book talk for this because I need to talk about it. I need to get my thoughts out there. So yeah, I don't really know what this book review is because it's not even like I'm really talking about what's going on. Like, I don't know how to discuss this book, but basically the whole point of this like 10-minute long video is read it. Just go and read it. Just read it. It's beyond words. Enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was so rambly, but I've just literally like 5 minutes ago finished this book and I don't know how to cope with the fact that it's over. So I don't know, but yeah, thank you so much to Bloomsbury, as I said, for sending me this book. I really appreciate you know, being supported. I am such a small channel, so I really appreciate being sent books to review. So thank you so much to them. Thank you to Brigid Kemmerer for writing such an incredible book. I feel like I've been saying her name wrong the whole time, and I'm probably going to get someone commenting like, that's not how you say her name, but I've done it now, whatever. Yeah, thank you to her for writing this incredible story because it was amazing. And yeah, I'm going to go film the other video and you guys will see me in the next video that I post, which will probably be that one. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see future videos from me, and